So, oh, it's recording. Cool. Hey guys, welcome to Powerline. Kaiser here. Here to do a deck profile on something trolling I've been working on recently, and I'm still working on it, which is why I will have the disclaimer that this is super unrefined and like first round of playtesting. But I'm doing kind of an old deck. I'm doing Sweep Command. Sweep Command Descendant specifically, because I've always wanted to play the deck again, because I used to play Eradicators a little bit, and they're really fun, and I'm just playing this more for the BM of trolling somebody by double sweeping them. So, in order to double sweep them, you have to run 2 starters at least. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you use an effect, you put it into Soul, and you get to hopefully reride Sweep Command. And I'll explain why later for Sweep Command, but unfortunately it's like super gimmicky because you basically have to rely on either hitting with voltage or voltage horning, which is super inconsistent, but hilarious. You run 4 Vanquisher crits because we run voltage and we need to dig for combo pieces. And it helps build soul. 4 Eradicator crits because they actually do help you dig occasionally, which is helpful. And the standard 4 draws because I can't do that with I can't play anything but draws in Narconomy, or without draws rather. And then 4 heal triggers. And the Eradicator names are important, so you can't be a pleb and use your favorite arts. 4 unflipping perfect cards. You can use the Eradicator one. I don't know if I would because this deck kind of does go through Counterblast really quick, so that's pretty self-explanatory. 4 Stride Enablers, because if you're using your Great Fuse to Stride, you're going to be sad sometimes. You actually need to call them for attackers occasionally. This is kind of the new card for the deck. Sibo, I like it a lot because it's like multi-purpose for early game rush potential and counter rush, as well as late game where you can pump it up twice with descendant attacks. And then I just run these old-fashioned 10k attackers because if people start calling front row, I'm going to smack them around. 4 Voltage Horn, probably the most important card of the entire deck, honestly. If you don't have Voltage Horn, you're probably really sad because you can't boom sweep them. That's okay though. Sad times. 4 Shadra. I don't need to even go into this card. It's too good. And then 3 Chojun. Now this is here also to kind of hopefully get off the boom sweep, but if anyone's smart enough, that's never getting off. So you also have this for counter rush. This deck is really good at counter rushing. Now, I don't really know what to say is the main grade 3 because both of them are kind of important. 4 Descendant, because the Descendant Stride, while it is really bad, it can be relevant sometimes, and if you want to go for a restand turn, like that's the way to go. And then Sweep Command. Alright, so the whole reason I kind of considered running this again was actually because of Bulwark Dragon. You can get off Sweep Command's Limit Break on your opponent's turn if you get to Thunder Strike 4. Which, as I've realized from playing this deck, is nigh impossible. Unless you're playing against somebody who literally lets everything hit. So, basically, if you're playing against someone that really doesn't know what they're doing, yes. Great job. Bulwark will work with Sweep Command. And then for the G-Zone, I mean, you'll see my Vanquisher deck profile. It's very similar to this, but for Voltage, you basically use this as a first stride just so you can get off VMAX to hit units in the back if you need to, but really you're just kind of doing it to hopefully hit and boom sweep them. You run 4 Zillion because, and yes, they're unsleeved because I don't play this deck enough to justify sleeving. You kind of need to run 4 in order to use the effect, but it's an alright card. I mean, I'm just more disappointed that it didn't have any sort of repercussion for not hitting. I don't know. That was a little disappointing to me. 2 Conquest because why would you run 4 now? Unless you're playing Brawlers, where you have literally nothing else. Shots fired. 2 VMAX, because picking off cards is kind of nice in all decks right now. And it basically does what Turbo did. 2 Bulwarks, because Thunder Strike 3 is attainable, but for some reason 4 is kind of like a hard threshold to break, unless you're playing Vanquisher. So, for the gimmick idea, and also for easy 10k on top of that. Vitra, because yes, you can hopefully bind something. And Dismal, because if you play the mirror match, you're going to cry. So yes, that's pretty much the deck profile. It's a gimmick deck, and I don't usually play gimmick decks, but it's just fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.